Well, I just got a calendar last weekend. Right? It's baby's first year calendar. I didn't have this from the beginning, so I really hope that Karina understands when she gets older that I didn't have this from the beginning. But I'm filling in as much information as I have. But since I didn't have it from the beginning, I'm missing a lot of information. So I have all of her vaccinations and doctor's appointments and stuff, and it's nice to have it on a calendar so she could physically see, oh look, Mama brought me to the doctor once every 2 weeks for a vaccination. See, she got a Hib, a single vaccination here, one Hib. Then she got a single vaccination here. This is Pediatrics. It's actually a mixed vaccine though, so it's 2 vaccines. This is Prevnar, which she got 2 weeks later. I did 1 vaccine every 2 weeks, except for the first rotavirus. We were in danger of not having it on time, so I did it the one day for the doctor's visit, and the doctor was like, oh, you're going to be late for the rotavirus, and she's like, oh, we could just skip it. Well, my child goes on play dates and is too close to too many children to just skip the rotavirus vaccine and have me be comfortable with that, and she does need all 3 doses. And, so I just said, you know what? Tomorrow we'll come in and we will do this. So she was 3 months and 19 days old when she had the Prevnar, and she was 3 months and 20 days old when she had her first rotavirus, because we couldn't be late on that. I actually have my paper still for when she was 4 months old. I had a notebook that I lost at Walmart that had a sea turtle on it that has my first, second, third month in there from Karina's first, second, and third month. I have my 4th month in my other notebook, and my 5th month is on tape. So I was actually trying to listen to my tape today about my 5th month from my daughter. And I was like, damn, why didn't I write it down? I think I actually did write it down for 5 and 6. And then at 6 months and 4 weeks old, I started recording every day. So, but I really, really hope that she understands that I lost my notebook, and I feel horrible about that. I left it in the cart, and then I couldn't find it, and it's gone. I don't know where it is. No one turned it in. It was, their paper notebooks. So I don't know where it is, but it has, to me, it has a lot of sentimental value to it, even though it's only worth $3 physical dollars. It's the information that I had in there that I had written down, that I wanted, but I lost it. And I feel horrible that I lost it because she's my first baby, and I didn't have this when she was little. We don't have a lot of money, and the money that we have is strictly budgeted towards our bills. So we didn't have the opportunity to get something like this. I didn't even think about getting a calendar, actually. But I like the calendar because you can see, look, we did it once every 2 weeks. And this is because you need 14 days for it to clear out your system. And boom, then you got another vaccine. And so you can see the pattern. This was her shot right before Thanksgiving. My child had a fever on Thanksgiving, and Anne was like, you can't nurse her. Like, oh, you can't breastfeed her, actually. Down here, if you're going to do that in the office. This lady was such a bitch. But it's like, whatever, dude. Whatever. You have a problem that you're a mammal with nipples, and that everyone is a mammal with nipples? Woohoo! We are mammals, we give milk. That's what we do with our young. Especially when my child had just had a vaccine, right? And I was forced to go to Aunt's house. And then I was forced to go upstairs. I should just been like, no thank you. And just nursed my baby and do what I was doing. She wasn't bothering anybody. I was sitting in the corner of the room, not bothering a single soul. And they didn't even use my daughter's name there. And they wanted to touch her and hold her. And I was like, absolutely not. No. No. This is not happening. I don't like when anyone touches or holds my daughter, especially when she has a fever. No. My daughter does not like strangers. She cries. So, Yeah, so yeah, this was, and the food wasn't even good. It was awful. It was salty. I didn't say anything, but, and they don't treat me very well there. I'll never go back. This was our real Thanksgiving. It was actually pretty awesome. The food was really good. I did my traditional turkey. It's wrapped in bacon, and she'll have the traditional meal every year. As she gets older, it is written down. It's in my holiday book, so that she'll have the opportunity to have a copy of if she wants it when she is older. My stuff is very easy peasy simple. So this was when my baby started crawling on the 12th. I do know that because she was 8 months and 2 days old. This is when my baby started walking at 11 months old. I do know that one. First steps on her own. But she was walking with us for a while before that. But this was her first. She was taking steps from the couch to the chair when the couch was the other side during the day. Then her papa came home. And I recorded her walking towards her papa for the first time. And that was his first time seeing her walk. But it was during this day when she was 11 months old. James saw her crawl. When she was 8 months and 5 days old. I should write that down too. So yeah, he was a couple days late, and finally I was like, you have to play with her on the floor. And then I started recording it because he's like, oh my god, she's crawling, because Squish moved and she went after Squish, and so I started recording it just like for his reaction. And at the end he was like, is this the first time that she crawled? It's the first time him seeing that she crawled. And when you work with kids and stuff, you don't like, you like, oh, so-and-so looks close to crawling, or so-and-so looks close to rolling, and the mama says, oh yeah, they rolled last night at home. You don't want to give that away. You don't want to be always the first person seeing something. I have Karina 24/7. I am with my girl 24/7. I saw the first time that she sucked on her toes, the first time that she licked the top of her gums. I saw the first time that she found her fingers and then her thumb. And I don't know exactly what age she was, though. I wish I had this calendar sooner because I probably would have done it. And so I saw her first everything, from crawling to walking to, I saw her first everything. Like, I am with this child 24/7. I held her for the first 6 months nonstop, and it was awesome. I wouldn't imagine doing anything else with my children. You need to be there. I mean, but I'm the mama and I'm supposed to be there and I'm supposed to see all of her first. But all my first are my first. All of James' first are still his first. Like the first time that he saw her crawling, it was a couple of days late, and I didn't want her to get too good at it, and first time that he saw her walking, they're all his first, so they're really meaning and really special to him. Like, she was rolling for a long time before he actually saw it too. She had, her head was up from day one, though. She could hold her head up from day one. She could stand from day one, stuff like that. So he got to see her first smile, though. He did. We were at the birthing center, and Karina smiled at him. The nurse actually pointed it out. Oh my gosh, she's smiling. Because she was an all-natural birth and she didn't have any medication in her, so she was very alert and her eyes were very open, looking around the room and watching me, and, but her very first smile was at James, and I don't know if the nurse was joking, but she was smiling that day. She was. I don't know if it was actually like a real smile, but she was smiling the next day too. She smiled right from the beginning. My girl was absolutely perfect. She is absolutely perfect. But I really hope that she understands that I didn't have this from the beginning, but I'm trying to fill it all out. I wanted to have everything that I could possibly have in here filled out. So, but there's these little stickers on the back. And I'm not going to use all of them, but I want to, walks with help, stuff like that. walks alone, throw kisses. I don't want to teach my daughter to actually throw kisses. I don't like that. We did high fives instead. Because I was out the other day and some guy is like, oh, throw a kiss. And I was like, oh, my daughter doesn't give kisses. Oh, he said, give me a kiss. And I'm like, my daughter doesn't give kisses. You know, like, no, I don't want her throwing kisses to anyone that's random. So we don't kiss anywhere besides from the forehead anyway. So I don't like that because I think that I have a good parenting style, and I think that everyone else that has their parenting style has a good parenting style too. I think there's too much in this world that goes on to not be cautious, though. You know? You really do have to be careful. And family, like, is just as bad as the rest of them. Doesn't matter. Sometimes worse, sometimes 10 times worse. Family could be... A lot of times things that happen to small children are because they're left alone with family members that are safe people. No. Nope. And it's like humans just don't learn. Because they know this stuff, like bad stuff happens to children, and they know bad stuff goes on, and they just, not in my family though, right? No, it's everywhere. It's everywhere, and you have to be careful no matter what. Like, I have rules of my child sleeps where I sleep. There's no doctor in my house. There's no, certain games aren't allowed in my house, stuff like that. Like, because kids push things too far and things happen. And, you know, you just have to be vigilant and cautious and, you know, ask your kids as they get older, you know, what games are you playing? What are you doing? Where have you been? Like, stuff like that. You just have to be vigilant and very part of their lives. Because if you're not a part of their lives when they're little, when they're older, it's like, there's definitely no point to be a part of a child's life once they're older. Because then they're adults and they have their own lives. So, really, it's your time when they're little. And that whole, oh, don't be a helicopter parent. Because everyone wants to work outside the home. No. You know, you do what you have to do for your child, and you be vigilant and take good care of your child, and it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks of your parenting. Like, I don't care what anyone thinks of my parenting. I don't care about anyone else's parenting, though, either. Like, you know, I may warn to be cautious and be vigilant, but doesn't mean that you have to be. You might be like, oh, that crazy mama over there. You know, always being vigilant with her child. Yeah, so, you know, everyone does everything differently, and that's just the way that it is. But yeah, I just wanted to show off my little calendar thing that I'm putting together. I like this a lot, and, you know, this is what I'm doing. I like it a lot, though. That's it for my update.